Here with the Rainier Avenue Radio Traffic Update. You can listen to us in your car 24/7 anytime by downloading the free TuneIn app. Once you do, search Rainier Avenue Radio. And remember, do not curse out your fellow drivers. This has been your Rainier Avenue Radio Traffic Update.
Struggling to pay your mortgage? If COVID-19 hurt your family's health, you may be eligible for homeowner assistance funds from the government. Call 1-877-894-4663 now or visit washingtonhaf.org. That's washingtonhaf.org. Because getting sick does not have to mean losing your home.
What kind of nonsense conversation are we having here?
The Neon Ghost Show. The Neon Ghost Show. Right here on Rainier... what's it? Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
Right about now.
Rainier Avenue Radio.world. I'm so tired. I have to pee.
Rainier Avenue Radio presents All Music, All Day Saturday. Music, All Day Saturday.
This is Edwin Bailey, Bulldog Blue.
Jazz from the Cabinets.
That's right. It's time once again for Jazz from the Cabinets with Big Poppy.
Start Time.
Thanks for tuning in. My name is Paul Pierce. This is Start Time.
Saturdays, all music, all day. Reggae Hour, K-Fox Night.
Looking for the perfect beat? Yeah, it's the beat of the box.
Fresh Juice, D-Money in the group.
Myself, D-Money.
Nice Ice Patron.
Taylor Hart.
This is Spencia, the Northwest Rap Gang.
DJ Medina. Chad Cheddar. Northwest Rap Gang.
Sergio Laporte of Line.
It's Sergio's Love Lines with Sergio LaCour. Going to the phone lines. Hello, who we talking?
Sea Monster Radio, Mo Jams. It's your jam.
We're live. Welcome to Mojo Mondays. This is KZ of KZ Music Media. Caller Goddess for Mojo Mondays.
Just my opinion. God is inspiration all day and all night. Saturdays. Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
Do you want to reach out to the Vietnamese community in Seattle? Just advertise in Le Viet Tay Bắc, that is Northwest Vietnamese News, the longest running Vietnamese language newspaper in our region. Go to nvnorthwest.com.
Rainier Avenue Radio, your community radio station will provide you with more information. Rainier Avenue Radio.
Well, hello there, world. Bettina Carey here, and we are live on Rainier Avenue Radio.world, where we're here to help you to shatter your glass ceilings right down to the floor. And if you've been looking for a way to shatter yours, you have come to the right place. For those of you who don't know me, I am the host and founder also of We Empower You, the global community, and the We Empower You Global Summit, which is coming up on September the 14th, and the WeEmpowerYourLife.com website. And I am so excited. I consider myself an empowerer, and I want everyone, and that includes entrepreneurs, coaches, authors, mentors, thought leaders, and service-based business owners to break through to multiple six figures in their income. And my goal is always to leave a lasting impression on the world by supporting and helping others grow and scale their online coaching and service-based businesses. And so with that said, what I'm looking to do is to introduce our returning guest is going to be today none other than our very illustrious Mia Tepper. And Mia is going to be talking with us a little bit about what her role is going to be in our particular session that's coming up, the summit, as we've called it, the We Empower You Global Virtual Summit. She's going to be doing a brand new topic. And let me just check in to see if she has arrived yet into the show. Oh, yes, she is backstage. So let me go ahead and have her come on out. Mia, come on out and let's have a conversation. Welcome, welcome.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me. It's always great to be back.
Yes, you know, and I have a more formal introduction that I use when I introduce you, which I wanted to make sure folks also knew a little bit about you. So with me today, as I said, is Mia Tepper, and she's doing an exciting transition in her career, making financial concepts fun, easy to understand, and applicable to people's needs. And her consulting practice utilizes over 30 years of experience that she has running a small business as a COO in the healthcare industry. She's been helping families and small businesses understand how to create, manifest, and protect their wealth, and that is her passion. And translating financial concepts into wealth strategies is essentially what she does. Otherwise, if you're not applying this to your financial health, you're leaving money on the table, she likes to say. She's a dynamic executive. She understands so much about entry level as well as high level COO level position that she was in. She comes to us with a background as an MBA from UCLA Anderson, and she's also a former COO, as I mentioned. Thank you so much. Let's just have you take away. What are you going to be speaking at the summit? Let's start right there.
Absolutely. And thanks for that introduction. I think that's the best one I've ever written. Well, what I'm going to be talking about at this quarter's summit is about creating abundance and knowing that mindset. Because if you have that mindset, you realize that, really there are no limitations to abundance. There's no limit to wealth. But some people really have to overcome some issues in their head first. And if it aligns with your heart mission, then the world is your oyster and you're going to really fly from there. So that's what I hope to help people with. And we're going to be talking about different things like, what is your dash? And we might even have time to get into it a little bit today. And how can you be prepared for when the end of your dash comes? And what can you do to protect and create a financial legacy for your family?
Yes. And so for those of you who haven't hooked up with what the dash is, it's, you got your birth date and then you've got your death date and you have the dash in between. And that's the dash that Mia is talking about. Well, I have to say the dash is the most meaningful portion of our life, has been for me for sure. And lately I've been making some big strides and moving my Seattle home to Des Moines, Washington, and what a great decision that was. So my dash is what my whole life is about right now, is living into my dash. So we should create like a fun run.
Exactly. Well, and the person who coined this, it was a poem actually written by a woman named Linda Ellis. And she was talking about, how do you live your life with love and what are you doing? To really appreciate this opportunity that we've been given. And my father passed away recently, and my mom is getting older. And it really makes me think about that dash and what are we doing in our lives? And are we just here for ourselves or are we here for others? And so it's really important to take a moment and look at your life. And hopefully you're happy and fulfilled with what you're doing. But I'd like to also throw in that piece that hopefully you're doing something that helps others. Because when we help others, we help ourselves. And as Bettina loves to say, a rising tide lifts all boats. So let's get on that same page together.
That is my favorite, one of my favorite sayings, of course. And we've got some that you've created as well. Coming up, we talk about the summit. So you've been, just recently you got back from Maui, right?
I did. So I'm still sporting the curly hairdo, the Maui do. It was an impromptu thing. And I love how sometimes, talk about the universe aligning, when I was just planning a little bachelorette for a friend who's getting married. And then it turned into becoming a mini family reunion with my siblings. And just coincidentally, one of them was already there. And then a couple others came out. And it was just really special time. Talk about putting some special oomph in that dash. This was a really special experience. We've never all vacationed together before, no kids, no spouses, and it was just really great time.
Wow, that sounds lovely. And you're writing a book. So you went and you also got to meet up with Patrick Snow, who's another one of our presenters at the summits. And that was your second time that you've met?
Second or third. I feel like I've met him 3 times, but yeah. It's great seeing Patrick in person again. He's a great writing coach. That's how Bettina and I met. And now I'm also starting a coaching business, helping people write their book now that I understand the way it's done. And Patrick and I are partnering on that. So we're about to take on some new clients. It's really exciting. And then there's another part of my life, which is the financial part, which is a new piece that I'm getting into.
Yes. And I love that you're getting into the finance part, because it's at this time of life, for myself, I'm in my 60s. When you start to look at, what's the legacy I'm living? Where am I going with this? Who am I going to leave what to? since I just recently moved, trust me, I have a lot to decide still. I mean, what goes here and what goes there and this, that, and the other. And
Yeah.
you know, all the
And it's
little things that if left undone, then somebody has to handle for me.
It's so true. It's a really important topic, and these are tough conversations to have. Trust me, I know they're uncomfortable, but when you have them in place, it makes that time of life so much more navigable. And there's a thing called the red notebook, and this is a concept that I heard from a hospice gentleman named Gene. And he talked about having a red notebook where you put all of your important information in, your accounts, your passwords, you know, if you have life insurance or if you have annuities, or if you have stocks, you know, putting in that information. So when that time comes, your, you know, descendants or the people who are, you know, potentially inheriting these things, they know where to go. They know who to call. And, you know, it's a very tough time in life. And so having that roadmap, having that little red notebook, and all you have to do is tell your kids or significant other, whomever you're, you know, preparing it for, all you have to do is tell them where that red notebook is. And I mean, you could even put it in a safe deposit box and then have the key and then say, here's the key when I die.
Yes, yes.
Some people don't, you know, so it's just a very important thing to have.
Yes, and I have it in a little bit different context because Nancy Jutton and her husband came up with this really great roadmap where everything can be updated electronically as well, digitally. And so you can have that and share it with others. So, or keep it in a safe or however you want to protect it. So what have you been doing lately to help people manage, protect, and defend their financial state of being?
Absolutely. So we've been providing free financial education for people. And we teach them about tax-free accounts. We teach them about how money can be growing but not taxed. And then how to protect your money. Because there are some instruments out there that in this day and age, with what the stock market's doing, you know, some people may not be sleeping well at night, and we call that swan insurance. And, you know, there are some really amazing instruments out there where your money can grow, but there's a zero risk of loss, and you'll never lose your money or any of the interest that it has gained along the way. And these things are really, they're doing quite well. It's not the 0% you might see at a bank or a CD, and maybe it's not the 20 to 30% you see in the stock market. But I think right now we're not seeing those kind of returns. So it's an interesting and secure way to grow your money and know that it's going to be there for you. And these things also, you know, have important aspects for your family, because whether you want to create a lifetime income for yourself, you know, some people as they're approaching 60s or 70s, they're starting to think about that. Well, how long do I really want to work? And do I want to work into my 80s? And you know, unfortunately, in 2008, we saw a lot of people in their 60s returning to hourly jobs because they didn't have the money they thought they were going to be able to retire on. Sad to say, history is repeating. We're seeing that same pattern now. So this is something that we really love to introduce our clients to. We can roll over 401ks into this, and it's not a distribution. You don't get taxed. It's a like product in the sense that it's still deferring your taxes, but growing it. And this is a wonderful thing that we have. I don't know if there's other questions you have on that, Bettina. There's another product that we have that's really interesting too, which I just recently heard about a year and a half ago, and I think it's the best thing since sliced bread.
Go for it. Take it away. I'd love for you to talk about that.
So the funny thing is, when my husband and I got a letter in the mail telling us that our initial term life insurance policy was expiring, and whereas we started this in our 20s, and it was, I mean, mine was in $39 a month. And the letter comes in the mail saying that my new policy will be $854.
Ouch.
Per month.
Wow.
Per month, not per year. And I said, there must be a typo. My husband's letter comes the next day. His $54 policy was now going to be $1,453 a month. And I said, this has got to be wrong. There's no way they could charge that much. But apparently, maybe we're lucky. We do take care of ourselves. We haven't had any adverse health events, knock wood. And so I guess what it is that for those people who maybe have had a life event, this kind of very expensive insurance still will protect their life. But boy, at what a cost. So I found out about something through another business partner that I met through Bettina, named Rita. And she was talking about something called living benefits. And I had never heard of this before. And essentially it's, if you have an adverse life event, and the most common three are cancer, heart attack, and stroke, but you live through it and you don't die from it, you can use part of that money now. And therefore you can get better. You can heal and get well. And, you know, a lot of times when people have a life event,
complicated and expensive treatments.
Right. And that's how a lot of people will use it. You know, in the lab industry where I worked for 30 years as the chief operating officer, I met lots of cancer patients that live 15 to 20 years. The type of cancer they have, called neuroendocrine cancer, in some cases can be very slow growing indolent tumors. So what happens is these people are unable to work because they're not feeling well. So all of a sudden their income goes down, but then their expenses go up because then they have to get expensive treatments. So at that intersection of where your expenses go up, but your income goes down, that cross section is called debt. And that's where approximately 63% of people that have cancer have to claim bankruptcy because people, you know, whereas they may have had their 401k, they liquidate it. They take out a second on their house, but they're still alive. And most people haven't saved enough money for 15 to 20 years of living. I know that's something I'm guilty of, but I'm working on that today too. So it's really important to understand that in fact, September is called, you know, life insurance month. Every month there's something, right? So this month is really important to understand and look at what you have. You know, a lot of people do have these policies, like my old policy, but it was the death insurance is what they really should call this, because you only got it if you died. Well, this new kind, and when I say new, it's actually been around for 22 years. This was an innovation in the industry a long time ago, but not a lot of people are talking about it because not a lot of companies offer it. Only about 8% of the companies offer this. So it's super important. If you're paying for this, please look at your policy, know what you're getting. Find out if you have the kind that pays you if you have a life event, you know, or maybe you get into a bad car accident and you're, you know, like I have a lot of friends that are doctors of acupuncture and, you know, you need your hands for that, right? And so what happens if you get into an accident where you're in traction for 3 months and you can't be an acupuncturist? Well, again, this policy pays you now while you recover. And in some cases, we even have one person who was a chiropractor. He was able to hire someone to run his business and keep it going while he recovered, but yet he received the money right away up front. And it's amazing. These are tax-free growth accounts. They are not something that you see on FAFSA. If you know you're going to have kids that are going to college and you want to start accounts for them, it can grow money for them as they're getting older. So all sorts of amazing benefits. Don't want to overwhelm you with it now, but kind of want to just dip my toe in the water and just share a couple of things that are out there for you because, you know, life happens, things change and we move on. And if you don't stay up to date on what those new innovations are and you're paying for something that's old fashioned, you're really missing out.
That's fantastic news. I love to hear about that. So also you have been a speaker at the summit, and it's called the We Empower You Global Virtual Summit. This is going to be, this is over 2 years now that we've been doing this summit. And I've been coming back and forth to Austin, which is where I'm at here today, to see my mother, who's had some ailing going on here of late. And it's going to be a little bit different because we're going to still go the 12-hour day, but we will have some live and we will also have some pre-recorded sessions. So tell folks a little bit about the summit, your direct experience both as an attendee and as a speaker.
Of course, I'd be happy to. Well, I love to tell Bettina this story because I heard about the summit and I said, oh, those topics look really interesting. And I think I'll come on for an hour or so and just check it out. Well, I ended up staying on all 12 hours. I think I barely took a break to go to the bathroom or get food or water. But we need to build those breaks in, Bettina. But it was an amazing experience. I gained so much knowledge from all the different topics. And honestly, I met my business partner there. So it's a wonderful day. The topics are incredible, you know, ranging from everything from life to love to abundance to wealth to entrepreneurship to taxes. I mean, the topics run the gamut. And it's such an interesting day. She always has amazing speakers on. And if you have a chance to look at the agenda, you can go to her website, weempoweryourlife.com, or you can find it on Facebook and look at the agenda and, maybe see which topics resonate with you. Or be like me, pop in for an hour and stay for all 12. You can keep it on in the background. Maybe if you're at work, you just have your little headphone in and you can see which topics resonate with you. And, the goal is to elevate and empower people. So this is a free summit. There's no charge for it. And then there is also an opportunity to become a member.
Yes. Why don't you talk a little bit about you becoming a member, because you did that and you've remained a member and continuing on with us, and you're getting all the rewards and the benefits, including being a speaker.
Absolutely. It's a great thing being a member, because every speaker that is on in those 12 hours, and trust me, there's a lot, because I think they go anywhere from 15 to 30-minute segments. So do the math. You've got a lot of people on there. And what happens is everybody puts a little piece of their expertise into the membership at no charge. So you have an opportunity to get a little bit more from that expert on whatever topic they're speaking. And again, whatever resonates with your heart, whatever place you are in life. Are you starting a new business? Are you wanting to write a book? Are you wanting to start a podcast or a radio program? The membership has all of these amazing benefits to it with all these contexts. You can even have a website that helps you continuously make money as you sleep. And if you don't know what that is, make sure you tune into Lee Romanoff's talk, because this is, again, these are innovations that have happened that we need to pay attention to. And I know we're busy. Trust me, I have 4 kids. When I went to business school, I was a working mom, working full time, volunteering and doing all that. And in fact, that's what led to me writing my book.
Yes. And, there are member benefits. We can talk a little bit about the membership itself. Lee Romanoff, who you mentioned, is the president of Income Activator. And she founded what I believe is one of the most amazing platforms on the planet, because I started working to empower women specifically, and now people in general, more than 30 years ago. And I had searched for many of those years for a platform where folks who, whether they owned a business or not, could start an online business. The minute the internet was out, I knew that everyone could earn an income using an online store, and online business is definitely one of the avenues. We specifically have to put together a very valuable package that we believe every author, coach, speaker, mentor, and thought leader can use to leverage their time. And the reason that we know this is because you're promoting not yourself, you're actually promoting others. And when you promote others is when you get the benefit of being able to make money while you sleep, because the others are doing the work and all you're doing is getting paid for promoting others. This is our membership platform. And what we love to say is that you pay the $1,599 up front for the year, which, for most people, that's not very much of an investment to actually start a business. Or you can also join our Just Say Yes program, where we literally are just looking for you to say yes. We introduce you to the platform. We give you the keys to the kingdom so you can go in the back of the website and enjoy all of the benefits for 90 days. On the 91st day, you must start a payment program of $150 or more a month until it's paid. Or you can pay it all at one time, which is easiest for most. And that's how that Just Say Yes program works. So what are some of the benefits that you've garnered from this membership? And maybe talk a little bit about the people you've met, the caliber of the people you've met, as a place to start.
Absolutely. So with respect to the caliber of people, most of these people on here are professionals. A lot of them are starting their second or third careers. And like I said, I met my business partner on here because she did give a talk about wealth and abundance, and it really resonated with me at the time. And the other professionals, you've got CPAs, you've got attorneys, you've got seasoned professionals. I was a COO of a lab for 30 years, so you've got C-suite individuals. There's all sorts of marketing professionals. You pick the category. Everyone is on here. There's MDs on here. A lot of people, when they get to that stage in life where they're ready for their next career, they don't know where to start. And this is really a great place because there's so many built-in attributes that are already set up for you to just plug into. The website that we're talking about with Lee Romanoff from Income Activator is terrific. Like she said, earning money in the background while you sleep. I mean, having residual income is probably the most wonderful thing that ever existed. And I never learned about this in business school. And I love to say that the We Empower You group is the intersection of altruism and, oh my goodness, did I just blink on the word?
Altruism in business.
Yes, altruism in business, because everyone is there to help each other. And I found such a supportive community there. Bettina has a week where we do a practice pitch, essentially, where you're honing in your 30-second pitch. It's called a 30-second pitch in business school, but actually it's longer. It's a 5-minute radio spot or TV spot, and that's also included in the membership. So that's an amazing gift right there. You could never get 5 minutes on TV for $15.99. And they help you, they coach you, you practice it, you get it down, and you're getting the feedback of just supportive, wonderful individuals who are all or were all professionals. And, they may be in their 60s or 70s now, so they've got some perspective on their side. And then you've got the young 20 and 30-year-olds that are interested in joining because they see life can be done differently. I think that's a big thing that we learned out of the pandemic is how to live differently and not just live your dash, but love it, right? How to enjoy what you're doing. And I like to say that I vacation and I fit work in because, I love what I do every day. And I like helping people. When I was in the lab industry, I would help people after they were diagnosed with cancer or diabetes or hypertension. Now, what I'm doing is the flip side of the coin. I'm helping people hopefully before they get diagnosed with any of these, health maladies. I mean, it's happening every day. I'm sure everyone listening can think of one person they know that has survived cancer, heart attack, or stroke. And that's the thing. People are 10 times more likely today to survive one of those events than die from it. So maybe that's a tribute to our medicine or better health. But financially, can you survive it financially? That is the question. And
that is the question.
That's what we're going to be talking about.
Thank you so much for joining me here today, Mia. As always, you were fantastic. You're going to be speaking at the upcoming We Empower You Global Virtual Summit coming up on September the 14th. We look forward to having you back. Of course, go to get your tickets. These are complimentary, but you must RSVP at weempoweryourlife.com, and we'll see you at the summit. Our next show coming up on Rainier Avenue Radio.world at 2 p.m. is Afternoons with Monique, and it's going to be episode, I believe, 103. And I'm looking forward to seeing that show as well. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time. See you at the summit.
And in case anyone wants to contact me to get information about these things, may I give them my number?
Absolutely. Go for it.
All right. I'm going to give you my personal cell and let me know that we met here. You can send me a text with your time zone and mention that you listened to this great program on Rainier Radio. My number is 310-560-2786. Contact me for your complimentary 30-minute consultation. We will review your goals, wants, needs, and dreams. We can go over what you have or what might be available to you. And let's just make sure that when you are finished with your dash, that your family is protected.
Thank you so much, Mia.
Thank you.
Everybody take care. See you next Thursday.
See you at the summit.
For now.
Coaching is a noble profession, but in these current tumultuous times, so many talented coaches are finding that they simply cannot connect with people that they could be helping. And people need our help more than ever these days. That is why I conceived the We Empower You Global Community and Global Virtual Summit. I'm Bettina Carey, and I'm inviting you to join with some of the world's leading empowerment coaches, trainers, authors, mentors, and thought leaders for our upcoming We Empower You Global Virtual Summit. There's an old adage and saying that goes, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. It is in that spirit of togetherness that we aim to help connect more talented coaches to the people that they might help. Join us for free and share your knowledge in this Find Wealth by Giving endeavor. And there isn't a hidden fee or big sales pitch at the end. You will be shoulder to shoulder with some of the world's best thought leaders, newsmakers, and game changers. And you will see for yourself exactly what the We Empower You global community and membership is all about. It's a blend of altruism and business, to be sure. This endeavor is audacious, and we hope to plant seeds that take deep roots. So we need you. If you have a goal of helping others reach and achieve that next rung, if your work aids in lifting people out of self-limiting beliefs, if you're ready to fix the world one client at a time, or spread your message to the masses, you're welcome to join us for our We Empower You Global Summit. Tickets are free, but RSVP is required. Scan the QR code if you're watching on TV, or go to our website at weempoweryourlife.com and click on the Summit Tickets tab to get more information and to claim your free Zoom admission ticket. We empower you. Together we will go far.